Hi, I'm Lee Dixon with I Am Player for Football FanCast.
Now, Lee, do you feel Arsenal's current problems are simply down to the mental attitude of the players rather than their abilities?
I think it's a bit of both. I think certainly their mental approach to the games at times has they've been found wanting, certainly from a defensive point of view when they haven't got the ball, and that's the whole team, not just the back four. I think that needs to change. They need to have a system where when they lose the ball, everybody knows their job. They just don't seem to win the ball back quick enough for me, or have a plan to do so. So I think that needs to improve. I think the personnel needs to change as well. I think they need to sign a couple of leaders, both at the back and in central midfield area. Maybe another striker as well. So there's perhaps 3 signings there that you could talk about instantly that would improve the squad.
Do you believe it's the right time for Cesc Fabregas to be moved on?
Maybe, yeah. I think there was talk of him going last summer, and I thought if they didn't start the season well this year that his head might drop and he might think I should have gone to Barcelona. I don't know what Arsene Wenger said to him in the summer when he agreed to stay. Whether he said, stay one more year and you can go in the summer. Those are private conversations that we don't get to hear about. They might have done a deal, I don't know. But he didn't have a great season last year because of injuries, etc. And he looked to me, when they played him in the Champions League, Barcelona, that he wanted to be on the other side of the tunnel to me. So I don't think it'd be too long before he leaves, to be honest with you.
So which 3 players should Wenger realistically look to bring in to ensure Arsenal have a greater chance of success next season?
Well, I said before, I've talked before about individuals. I think I don't really know. I don't really watch an awful lot of European football apart from what's in the Champions League. So, the actual personnel, I think the key areas, as I've said before, I think they need a commanding, strong midfield player. So maybe somebody like Parker. I think he's an excellent player who could fit into Arsenal's midfield area without any problem at all. He's got, he's a box-to-box player. He likes to tackle. He's organising. His season for West Ham has been brilliant. I think if he'd have had that season for Arsenal, they would have been not far off winning the league. Centre-back, somebody who's got a commanding presence at set pieces. Talk about Gary Cahill. I like him. I don't know whether he's good enough. Samba's got the attitude that Arsenal need in the box because he attacks the ball, and that's something that's missing. And I do think they need another striker as well. So the answer to your question, I haven't really give you one, is one in each position.
Yeah, fair enough. While Arsenal have evolved under Arsene Wenger, do you think the current team is still missing some George Graham work ethic?
I'm not so sure it's a work ethic. I know what you mean, but I think it's more of they need to be organised, more of an organisation point of view in as much as knowing their jobs at set pieces and when they haven't got the ball. And it doesn't seem that that's happening at the moment. So you can work as hard as you want. If you're working in the wrong areas, it doesn't make any difference. You need to work in the right areas at the right time, and that's the key to it. I don't think this team is shy of working at all. I think it's more than that. It's a different problem, and it's about knowing when to work and which areas of the pitch to do it in.
Do you think Fabregas is a correct choice as a captain, or do you think Arsenal needs someone vocal to lead the players?
No, I don't think he's a good captain. I think he was given the captaincy for reasons that are not football. I think Arsene thought he might be able to lead by example, which is great. But if your player's injured or he's not playing well, then that doesn't work because he's not the type of player who will then step out of his game and help others. He's not that type of player. But there isn't any real obvious candidates for that job at Arsenal as it is. So I think that's one of their problems. The fact that you can go to Chelsea and you can go to Manchester United and obviously pick 2 or 3 captains who were to give the captaincy to. That's not the case at Arsenal. You end up holding the armband in your hand, not knowing who to give it to. So that's been one of their problems.
So if Fabregas did leave, there'd be a little bit of problems over who to pick.
Well, I think if Fabregas does leave, there's going to be signings anyway. And one of those signings might be a commanding centre-back who is captain at his club. Vermaelen has obviously been missed last season. I think he's got potential to be a good captain. Not that vocal, but he does lead by example at the back. I think that's quite important to have somebody. I mean, I'm a big fan of obviously Tony Adams when I played with him and his commanding force. I mean, he had most weeks we got him out of trouble. He had a nightmare, but he was the captain and he ended up getting man of the match at the end of the year and end of the game. So because of the way he plays, you know.
Do you think Arsene Wenger has come to the end of his shelf life at Arsenal?
Not at all. I don't think. I think there needs to be a few adjustments. I think he knows that. But you've just got to be careful what you wish for in this game. And if you take him out of the Arsenal, then you take a huge chunk of their heart and soul out of the club. And he's built that training ground, the stadium, the business structure that is Arsenal Football Club, and made them into the force they have. They've just got to get the football side of things right now. And I still think he's got a lot of work to do, and he wants to do it.
So you believe he's still the man to win trophies?
I do.
Good, thank you.